Now let's start with what is unit testing and what is actually testing means. So just I have given a definition that it is the testing which is used for an individual module, and it can determine if there is any issue by the developer himself. Okay, and it is also concerned with the functional correctness, as well as if I'm saying it is a functional correctness, then it may should have some points that it will isolate each of the unit of the system to identify, analyze, and fix the defect. So it is mandatory for the unit testing to have some these points. Whenever I'm saying that unit testing is going to do testing over any other software, so that time I'm saying that it is using an individual part. So that's why it is also called as a component testing. Yes, unit testing is also known as component testing, as at each level I'm going to test an individual unit or a component. That's why it is also called as a component testing. And in order to that main purpose, that is only we have to fix the bug, we have to fix the error, we have to remove the defects, and that is the main purpose. But that purpose is to validate each unit of the software to perform a very uh, predictable and very reliable content to be developed. So a unit is nothing but it is a small testable part of any software. And if it is usually, if I'm saying that it is usually if one or few inputs are means having a single output, then procedurally, if what I will do, then I will get the same function, same unit class, or same modules, or you can say a same class methods I can operate over there, and will get the testing on that particular content. So unit testing is, as we know that it is an object oriented testing method part. So because in that we had seen unit testing, systems testing, and subsystem testing. So unit testing is again one of the object oriented part. So in order to make that belong to the base or the super class, I need to get the classes or the derived classes or the child classes in order to get the my properly definition of my product or definition of my any software. So this is my unit testing is. Now I directly given the advantages, but before that I can also explain that what method I am using for testing part. If I want to do some testing or like a unit testing, so what conditions should I go? So first of all, I can get which methods I'm using, then what task I need to get performed, what are my advantages over there, and if there is some defect, how I can resolve. So this is my proper channel or procedure I can say while using the testing. So when testing will have, it will perform using means whatever the method I will go with a white box testing, because unit testing is going to deal with a small unit, and I need to check each and every content or each and every code by this testing. So that's why it is that method I'm going to use is white box. So it is normally get automated over there when I'm going to trace each and every content. Yeah. Then test cases are get developed. Test cases are again get tested with the unit testing. So this is my proper channel or procedure I can say while using the unit testing. So here now I have given what my testings is very having advantages over there. So whenever I'm saying the testing having the part, it will reduce the actual newly developed features, defect, reduce the defect in the newly developed features, or reduce the bugs when changing the existing functionality. So it is mandatory, as unit testing is can be done in an early phase also and in the last phase also. तर तुम्ही जेव्हा करणार आहात त्यावेळेस तुम्ही ते टेस्टिंग करताना तिथेच तुम्ही जे काही बग्स आहेत, जे काही तुमच्या इम्प्युरिटीज आहेत, ते तुम्ही तिथेच डिफेक्ट करू शकता, कॉल करू शकता, अँड इट कॅन बी रिमूव्ड फायनली. सो इट विल बी बेनिफिट for the developer also in order to get that error in early phase, and it will may reduce the cost also. So that मला प्रत्येकदा काहीतरी एक मेजर इक्विपमेंट म्हणजे माझा मेजर बग असेल, सपोज एक सॉफ्टवेअर मी डेव्हलप केलेलं आहे आणि सॉफ्टवेअर डिझाईन झालं, टेस्टिंग म्हणजे प्रॉपर फंक्शनिंग झालं, इम्प्लिमेंटेशन झालं, बट देर इज सम एरर इन माय इन्स्टॉलेशन. ते काय करते की जेव्हा मी इन्स्टॉल करते तर हार्ड डिस्क कम्प्लिटली रिकामी करून टाकते, म्हणजे एकदम ब्लँक करून टाकते. जे काय माझा डेटा आहे तो सगळा रिमूव्ह होतोय whenever I'm going to install that software. So it will be very much not helpful for me. So in order to do that, unit testing is helpful when if I'm using it in the previous phase or previously in the developing phase. तर त्याच्यात माझा काय प्रॉब्लेम मला डायरेक्टली कळेल ना की हा बाबा इन्स्टॉलेशन करताना हार्ड डिस्क कम्प्लिटली रिमूव्ह होती तर मी तिथंच चेक करू शकते अदरवाइज आय नीड टू गेट अगेन द डेटा शुड बी गेट बॅक अगेन विथ सम कंडिशन सम टेस्टिंग अगेन आय नीड टू प्रोव्हाइड to cover that hard disk I need to again do some testing over there. So हे सगळं मला करायची गरज पडणार आहे जर मी युनिट टेस्टिंग यूज केलं तर. Yes, it will improve the design and allow the better refracting of the code. Yes, it will again improve the design. It will again make the code more compatible to the user or who is going to be test there. The unit test when integrated with build gives the quality of the build as well. Whenever I'm saying that, it will having some point of view or it is making some integration over there. So after the integrating all the content, all the modules in a one phase or in a one form, that time I can get a good quality of a particular software or a product. Okay, so this is my unit testing. Is now we gone through a life cycle, how I'm going to check how it is performing its testing over any software or any other product. तर मी बघितलं होतं की पहिले मी काय करते check out the code from the repository. Yes, I will take the code. I want to do some testing over there. So I will, if there are some changes, I will make the changes. Then I will execute the unit test. I will execute the unit test over there. Then I will go fix the if after execution if there are some content getting defected over there, I will again fix that defect and again re-execute that unit test. And after that I will again check my code, means I will check review the code whatever I have. Then again I will put that into the coding or in the class or in the software code portion, or you can call it as the repository. And still if there are some error, you again going to check that, again taking out, carry out, making some changes, again then executing if there are again error. So this cycles goes on, and if there is no any content, no any changes in the code, or you can say in the changes in the your part, then that time you can say that it is perfectly now manageable and can be used for by for the applied for the third party. So this is actually the content we had over on your unit test cycle. Yes, there are some techniques also I have given. So white box testing मी म्हणलं होतं की यूज करतो आपण, because the white box testing मध्ये आपण uniquely very much part we can get access, and the developer is well known having a programming language in advance. So that's why I preferred with the white box testing as it is automated over there. Also techniques used for unit testing are black box and gray box also. So mostly the white box testing is preferred, but black box testing is also preferred, but if we don't have that much idea, only the testing or the tester is going to do that. On the unit testing part also, that content will be get with your tester part or not by the developer team. Yeah. And last one, that gray box testing, it is used to execute the test risk and assessment method, and the techniques for taking the risk, calculating the risk, how much risk it has, how much assessment I can do. So in order to calculate that, I'm using the gray box testing technique in unit testing technique. Okay. Now the next one is system testing. So what is system testing? It is also an object oriented testing method. So system testing मध्ये system खरं तर test केलं जातं. Overall integrated, complete integrated systems get evaluated in the system testing. And it is also used as system testing is a black box testing, also called as we can you called it as a black box testing. But directly I am not saying that it is a black box testing, but it used in that manner, because sometimes it is not possible to us to get checked whether ICs get removed or not. If I want to do an addition program in my system, that time I'm directly accessing the calculator, but calculator is not going to show you the source code or anything. Yes, and that is the main part, that beyond the knowledge of your conditions, you are directly can access the calculator. You can directly, because it is user friendly, and that system testing is saying that if I am going to use the system, I am not able to do internally content or changes in the whatever the data or whatever the input I have. Just similarly, I have that content over there. I can carry out whole content over on the whole system. I can carry out the system over my specification or my functional requirement, and also I can have some specification or context of the both of my in the system testing. And also the integration testing is after, means is before your system testing. Means we had seen the diagram, that is unit testing is at first, then integration testing, then system testing, and last is the acceptance testing. So integration testing is also this carrying the unit testing. After carrying the unit testing, I am gathering all the units, that is integrating all the unit testing part, and then I am performing an overall integration. That is my overall system is getting tested there. Means how I'm going to generate the installation, how my software or the product, whatever I have defined, or whatever the application I have given, how it is getting tested over there. So all these conditions we had with us, and we operated over there. Yes, and now next part here, we gone through, that is how my procedure or how my conditions will work over there in my system testing. So याची इथे डायग्राम मी दाखवलेली आहे, आणि इथं मी त्याचं एक फक्त इन डिस्क्रिप्शन मी प्रोव्हाइड केलेलं आहे. तर फर्स्ट वन इज आय नीड टू सेट अप द एन्व्हायरमेंट. First condition is I need to set up the environment, that is a test environment setup, so that I'm creating some environment for my better quality testing. Yeah. Then second part, I'm generating the test cases over there. Why I'm generating? Because there will be some changes, there will be some minor contents I need to get over right. So that's why I'm generating some test cases over there. So that time I'm saying that it will just for my testing process, I am generating the test cases for my test cases to be get operated properly. Okay. Now still generate testing data. After that generating the test cases, I am generating the data. I am generating the testing data. That is my input I am going to generate. That is I am just having that data to be tested. I am getting that data in order to get it tested. Now next point, next content was execute the test cases. Execute the test cases means whatever the test cases I have generated, just get execute. Yes. Then after executing, that after generation of the test cases and the test data, means both these conditions, I am just executing the test cases for my reference. After executing, if there is a defect reported means if there is something defected in the systems that may be detected, then it will get regression testing. Means with that regression, I am carrying out in the test and the side effects of the testing process. It is carried out to test the side effects of the testing process, whatever I am doing on my test cases. Okay. And lastly, after the regression testing, means after carrying out the whatever the defects or whatever the faulty process I have with me, I can detect, then it will be carried out, means it will be removed. In the log defects, it will be removed. That is, defects are fixed in this steps. Means I am whatever the impurity, whatever the bug, whatever the error I have, I can remove that. In this phase, and again I am going to retest. That is, again if the test is not successful, then again test is performed. If again there is something, if it is not successfully get run, I am again taking it as in a retest form. Means suppose ISC मध्ये कमी मार्क पडले, or you are get failed in ISC, then तुमच्यासाठी 3 म्हणजे दुसरी ISC 2 असतात, पण त्या 2 मध्ये तुम्हाला पास व्हावंच लागते एनी हाऊ, बिकॉज ऍव्हरेज निघतं. ज्याच्यात जास्त आहेत त्या दोघांचेच ऍव्हरेज तुमचे निघणार आहेत. अँड इफ यू आर स्टील getting failed in all 3, then you have to give the re-ISC. So similarly, जर माझा टेस्ट म्हणजे माझे जे काही कंटेंट आहेत किंवा सॉफ्टवेअर आहे फेल झालं by using the say system testing, at that time I need to get again retest, or again I need to get the system get checked, or system need to provide with some what we can say some useful content over there, Again, I need to generate some test cases which are with the proper data. Again, what the data I need to be been tested, and after the testing, if there's something, if there is no any error, I can say that my system testing had performed very correctly, and I am able to give it to the third party or to the client. Yes, so this is my system testing. But now, as usual in the unit testing जे techniques use केले, तर similarly system technique मध्ये पण system testing मध्ये पण मला काहीतरी techniques use करायचे आहेत आणि मी केलेले आहेत. तर कोणते कोणते आहेत? So they are nothing but I'm using some types of the system testing over there. That is, in order to check performance, I'm using performance testing. In order to check the load, how much load it is going to be bear. That time I'm using the load testing. How that stress to be calculated. That time I'm using stress testing. These all are non-functional type. Non-functional type मध्ये हे सगळे येतात, functional नाही येते. And scalability. That time I'm using that scalable testing. So performance testing काय? In order to test that the speed, scalability, stability, reliability of the software product or application to be tested in the performance testing. While in the load testing, what type of I'm going to check the load testing, that it is a type of software testing which is carried out to determine the behavior of the system or a software product under extreme load. Means if there are major installation or softwares are already in your system, and still I am downloading or installing the software. That time whether it is responding correctly with that load, extreme load. So that time I can check whether it is properly running or not, or whether it is getting hanged. Now stress is nothing but I can say robustness. Robustness means I need to check whether it is not getting properly failure or not. तर हे चेक करायचं माझं काम कुणाचं आहे, तर मी स्ट्रेस टेस्टिंग थ्रू हे चेक करू शकते की वेदर माय सॉफ्टवेअर परफॉर्मिंग very effectively or efficiently or not. So I'm checking through stress testing. Next was the scalable testing. Scalable testing is the type of a software testing which is carried out to check the performance of the software application or system in terms of capability. Yes, scalability means how much it is capable in order to scale or scale down the number of user request loads. तो जसं कधी कधी सर्व्हर वरती आपण एखादी कुठेतरी टेस्ट देतो, टीसीएस ची वगैरे. आता तुम्ही थर्ड इयर आहात तर त्याच्या तुम्हाला थोडंफार माहिती पण असेल, टीसीएस वगैरे ह्या ज्या कंपनीज आहेत ते ऑनलाईन टेस्ट पण घेतात. तर कधी कधी ते पण हँग होते की त्यांचा युजर जो आहे तो पण थोडासा म्हणजे जो सर्व्हर आहे त्यांचा, आणि युजरला जे लॉग इन वगैरे देतात तर त्याच्या थ्रू पण ते थोडेफार चेक करतात. म्हणजे जेव्हा त्याची रिक्वेस्ट येते लॉग इन करण्यासाठी स्टुडंट्स बसलेले असतात, अँड दॅट टाइम दे आर आस्किंग वेदर आय नीड टू गेट इन ऑर नॉट. तर दॅट टाइम काय होतं की हे चेक करायचं काम कोणाचं की ते सॉफ्टवेअर प्रॉपरली तिथं वर्क होतंय की नाही, टीसीएसचं माझ्या सिस्टम मध्ये किंवा कॉलेजच्या सिस्टम मध्ये प्रॉपरली वर्क होतंय की नाही. सो दॅट इज ओनली वन पॉइंट दॅट आय एम चेकिंग द capability of my software, and that like that only I have need to create that software. Okay, so this is the overall part of my system testing. What types of software system testing I have, and how it is going to check or how it is going to perform the testing over my network or over my software, over my application. Okay, and now we will go further. This is only the part of my unit testing as well as the system testing, which are nothing but the part of your object oriented system method. So त्याच्यातलेच हे दोन सब पॉइंट बघितले. Now next one was the user satisfaction testing. I am also it called as the usability. Yes, user satisfaction testing is nothing but I am checking the usability, and means it is a process of quantifying the usability test with some measurable attributes of the test, such as functionality, cost, or ease of use. So user satisfaction testing, by name you can say that it is, if it is very much usable to the user, it should satisfy the user content. It should satisfy the content whatever we had with us, and to the user, not for the developer team but to the user. That's why it is also called as the usability testing. Yes, usability testing चे पण बरेच different formations आहेत की how it is going to do content very randomly, I can say how it is going to be performed. So user satisfaction is nothing but I can have something in my software engineering. So user satisfaction, it is a non-functional testing, or you can say it is a usability testing is a non-functional testing, and it is measure of how easily, means how easily the system can be used by end user. So this is main motto of my usability, that how I can make it very much easily available to the end user. And it is very difficult to evaluate the end measure, but can be evaluated based on your parameters. And but the parameters may have some skill part. In the user satisfaction testing, there are level of skills which are measured, to be measured by the software. And whenever I'm going to use that time I'm saying that it is very much easily available, and it can be set with my proper communication part. Yes, whenever it is something, it should be maintained balance for both. It should be maintained balance for both and for the expert user also, so that they are both going to do the proper testing on each and every content. And again, the time required to get use of this in the using software is somewhat more, not that much more, but it is somewhat having its major time to be more. Again, major, in order to increase that productivity, if there is, I need to get a user recommendation. It is mandatory. इफ सपोज एका कंपनीने काहीतरी डेव्हलप केलेलं आहे, व्हॉट्सअपच घ्या, आपण एक्झाम्पल घेऊ व्हॉट्सअपचं. तर युजरचं सॅटिस्फॅक्शन झालेलं आहे त्या यूज करताना, बिकॉज मेनी ऑफ मीन्स असं नाहीये एक पण म्हणजे कोणीच नसेल असं, हा ज्यांच्याकडे मोबाईल साधे ते म्हणू शकतो आपण की त्यांच्याकडे व्हॉट्सअप नसेल. बट नाव ईच अँड एव्हरी एखाद्या लहान जो 5th-6th स्टँडर्डचा स्टुडंट आहे त्याला पण माहिती आहे की व्हॉट इज व्हॉट्सअप. येस, अँड इट इज व्हेरी मच इझिली अँड इन्क्रीजिंगली, मीन्स त्यांनी त्याची प्रोडक्टिव्हिटी कशी वाढवली, इट मेक्स द युजर सॅटिस्फॅक्शन मोर. आपण काय करतो की काय प्रोडक्ट बनवला तर ते युजर सॅटिस्फाईड आहे का नाही ते बघायला. अदरवाइज इट विल बी व्हेरी मच कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. जर कॉम्प्लिकेटेड असेल तर त्याच्याकडे कोण जात नाही जास्त. सो सिम्पली इट इज नथिंग बट आय एम मेकिंग माय युजर व्हेरी मच सॅटिस्फाईड, अँड दॅट विल मेक अ टेस्टिंग ओव्हर देअर. मग इथे मी काय करते, एक प्रोसेस जनरेट करते, प्रोसेस करायला लावते की माझी प्रोसेस कशी असेल, की टेस्टिंग प्रोसेस कशी असेल. ते एक बेसिक आहे. फर्स्ट आय नीड टू गेट प्लॅन, आय नीड टू देन चूज द पार्टिसिपेंट ऑन हुम आय नीड टू गेट टेस्टिंग. मीन्स पार्टिसिपेंट का चूज करायचे इथे, तर दॅट्स वाय ओनली त्यांचे काय म्हणजे त्यांचे काय कंटेंट आहेत किंवा त्यांचं जे काही काय म्हणू शकतो आपण, त्यांच्या काय गरजा आहेत तेच आपल्याला सॅटिस्फाईड करायचे. सो दॅट्स वाय आय नीड टू चूज द पार्टिसिपेंट. Here I have given that create a user satisfaction test for your own project. Then I need to conduct the test over there. Conduct it regularly and frequently. तुम्ही एक काय करू शकता, तुमचा प्रोजेक्टच घेऊ शकता युजर सॅटिस्फॅक्शन साठी. प्रोजेक्ट मध्ये तुम्ही प्रोजेक्ट एक सपोज केलेला आहे की ज्यावेळेस मी जिथं असेल तिथून मला लोकेशन, जर कोणी फोन केला तुम्हाला, आता तुम्ही ट्रेस करू शकता हे नाहीये, पण आता तुम्ही फक्त त्याचं लोकेशन तरी ट्रेस करू शकता. ते कोणी म्हणतं फोन केल्यावर कुठे आहेस म्हणल्यानंतर आपण काय सांगतो, हा जरी आपण घरी असेल तर रस्त्यात आहे म्हणतो, बरोबर. तर बऱ्याच वेळा असं होतं. तर इन ऑर्डर टू चेक इट प्रॉपरली, तर मी काय करणार, एक प्लॅन क्रिएट केला आणि त्याचाच प्रोजेक्ट आहे माझा की आय नीड टू गेट डेव्हलप विथ माय आयडिया की पर्सन ऍट पोस्ट ऍट एक्स्ट्रीम कंडिशन कुठे आहे चेक करण्यासाठी. आता बरेचसे तसे सॉफ्टवेअर आहेत की ते सांगू शकतात की कुठे आता करंटली पर्सन कुठे आहे. सो सिमिलरली मी तिथे काय केलं, पार्टिसिपेंट चूज केलं, म्हणजे काहीतरी पर्सन्स घेतले अँड ऑन दॅट आय परफॉर्म द टेस्ट इन ऑर्डर टू गेट माय रिझल्ट. आणि मी परफॉर्म केल्यानंतर मी विचारलं त्यांना की वेदर यू आर विजिबल, फिजिबल और वेदर यू आर युजर फ्रेंडली विथ दॅट सॉफ्टवेअर ऑर नॉट. म्हणजे तुम्हाला खूप किचकट वाटलं का ते किंवा काय वाटलं. मग दॅट रिव्ह्यू इज डिपेंड ऑन माय प्रोडक्शन की मला अजून काय चेंजेस करायचे आहेत त्याच्यात. तर सिमिलरली इथं पण मी काय करते, युजर सॅटिस्फॅक्शन मध्ये युजर्स आर मॅन्डेटरी हिअर. दॅट्स वाय आय नीड टू do proper and regular and frequently checking or testing over there. Then again I need to perform I need to read their comments again, read their views or whatever the content they had suggested me when on a high command. Means मला खूप म्हणजे स्ट्रॉंगली ते रिकमेंड करून घ्यावं लागेल की मला असं असं पाहिजे ते. And then use the information from the user satisfaction test, that is usability test, reaction to prototype, interview recorded and other comments to improve the product, and that is mandatory. So simple इथं पण एक टेस्टिंग प्रोसेस आपण ज्यावेळेस करतो, एक सायकल आपण बघतो, तर सायकल मध्ये काय सांगितलेलं आहे त्यांनी, that's only I need to first plan, then I need to choose the participants, I need to perform the test on that participants whatever the content I have given. Again I need to analyze the result, I need to then after analyzing I need to get it in a proper documentation, or because whatever the result will show me, it will give me the review, it will give me the ideas. As here I have said, satisfaction test, usability test, reaction, interview recorded, whatever the comments they had given in order to improve my product. So for that purpose, whatever the documentation I have given or I have created, that is mandatory for me. That is, I am recommending my content very much in an effective manner. So this is my actual plan, will go like this. Okay. And here I have not shown an arrow because if it is correctly done, then only again I can go for a plan. Then I will choose the participant and perform content. And at last I need to get stop if there all the satisfaction has been done. As user satisfaction is never ever done, but still we can hope for best that somewhat whatever we had, we can have in a very proper recommending form, so that they will be happy with our product. Now, next important benefits of the whatever I can say that is advantages of my user satisfaction testing is, you can continue using even after the product is delivered. Means ते डिलिव्हर झाल्यानंतर पण तुम्ही काही चेंजेस करू शकता त्याच्यात, अजून तुमच्यानुसार पण तुम्हाला काहीतरी बेसिकली फॉर्मेशन करू शकता. सो दॅट आय हॅव गिवन हिअर format of every user satisfaction test is basically the same, but it consists different for each project. So format will be same as user are different. So I can change the content for content particularly. आता सपोज काहीतरी एखाद्या कंपनीने मला सांगितलंय की मला हे प्रोडक्ट असा पाहिजे, दुसरी कंपनीने सांगितलं असेल मला या फॉर्मॅटमध्ये नाही, मला असं असं पाहिजे, तर सगळ्यांच्या गरजा वेगळ्या आहेत. पण मी काय करू शकते, फॉर्मॅट तसंच ठेवू शकते, फक्त त्याच्यात इनपुट काय मी चेंजेस करू शकते. सो दॅट विल बी not same, and I can say that it is very different from you. And use cases provide all excellent source of information throughout this process. Yeah, use cases will be always provide the best information in order to get me improved in my testing. Work with user or client to find out what attributes should be included in the test. हा, इथे एक आहे की आपल्याला युजर बरोबर और क्लायंट बरोबर प्रत्येक वेळेस शेअरिंग करावं लागणार आहे, so that I will get my what the test and what the content I need to be get. Yes. Now ask the users to select the limited 5 to 10 of the attributes by which the final product can be evaluated. So you can ask the users in order to select the limited numbers, and so that you can achieve your final product, what is going to be evolved, and you can rate it. You can make a rating over there. So this is my important benefits my user satisfaction have. And again, when I'm saying that user is delivering something best, that time I need to take a consideration objectives. Main objectives काय कि communication vehicle between the designer as well as the between the user and designer should be good. What? The communication between the designer and between the as well as between the user and designer should be good. Not just a user and client as a working, but developer team बरोबर पण त्याचं communication good पाहिजे. Then only you can satisfy the designer and as well as the user's content. Again, you can detect and evaluate the changes during the design process also in user satisfaction testing. You can again you can provide a product indication, periodic indication that what the current situation is and what the current user is asking for you. Yes, so तुम्ही डायरेक्टली सांगू शकता की वॉट एव्हर माय पिरियडिक इव्हॅल्युएशन जे आहे माझ्या टेक्नॉलॉजी मध्ये, मी जे काय सॉफ्टवेअर मध्ये चेंजेस करतोय ते आता प्रॉपरली करंट डिझाईन बरोबर मॅच होतात का आणि ते सॅटिस्फाईड होतात का. सो दॅट डायरेक्टली यू कॅन आस्क. दिस इज द प्राइम मोटिव्ह of my user satisfaction testing. Again, you can enable the pinpointing specific areas over there. Again, you can provide a clear understanding of just how to complete the designing and to be evaluated for your product development or for the user or for the third party. And when I'm saying that I'm going to give some example or some content, तर एक example मी घेऊ शकते ATM. आता ATM machines different आहेत. जसे तुम्ही BOI मध्ये जाल, त्याच्यानंतर SBI मध्ये जाल, किंवा काय फीचर्स म्हणजे ATM मशीन काम तेच करते, पैसे द्यायचं काम करते आणि पैसे घ्यायचं पण काम करते. म्हणजे विथड्रॉ आणि डिपॉझिट काहीकडे असतं, काहींची वेगळी वेगळी असते. तर ATM मशीनचं एक एक्झाम्पल आपण घेऊ, युजर सॅटिस्फॅक्शन कसं होतं तिथे. तर ATM मशीन मध्ये पर्सन गेल्यानंतर कुठल्याही बँकेचा असो तर त्याचं थोडंफार त्यांनी डिझायनिंग म्हणा, त्याच्यानंतर थोडं वेगळं आहे पण वर्किंग तेच आहे. म्हणजे तुम्हाला पहिले नाव किंवा तुमचं पिन जनरेट करा, पिन द्यावा लागतो, त्याच्यानंतर अमाऊंट किती काढायची हे सेमच आहे. दोन गोष्टी तर कॉमन आहेत, फक्त ते कधी द्यायचे. म्हणजे काहींच्या प्रोसेसमध्ये काय की पिन सगळ्यात आधी द्यावा लागतो अँड वॉट एव्हर द अमाऊंट इज ऍट लास्ट. बट काही मध्ये काय की अमाऊंट पहिली द्यावी लागते अँड पिन ऍट लास्ट. तर असं आहे की सगळ्या ATM मशीन्सचं वर्किंग सेमच आहे, बट देअर कंटेंट्स आर डिफरंट. बिकॉज कंटेंट कसे डिफरंट केले त्यांनी, त्यांच्या थोडंच काहीतरी वेगळं युनिक पाहिजे आपल्या, म्हणजे आपल्या बँकेचं कंटेंट काहीतरी वेगळं पाहिजे, त्यानुसार त्यांनी ते डेव्हलप केलेलं. दॅट इज नथिंग बट युजर सॅटिस्फॅक्शन टेस्टिंग हॅड बीन डन देअर. And according to their user satisfaction formation, they had planned, they had made some documentation, they had made some priorities over there for their changes. Yes, so this is my actual the user satisfaction testing. And similarly, when I'm saying that these testings are developing, that time I'm saying some test cases are also getting developed. So what developing contents we had to analyze, we have to go. That time I can say if it is very much happy or it is very much complicated, that time I'm not using that satisfaction level. I'm not getting that satisfaction level. So you can rate that too according to the level of means rating करू शकता की ते गुड आहे का, बॅड आहे का, व्हेरी व्हेरी पुअर आहे का, एक्सलेंट आहे और आउटस्टँडिंग आहे. सो इन दिस वे यू आर गोइंग टू रेट दॅट. द युजर सॅटिस्फॅक्शन त्याच्या थ्रू दिसतं. जे तुम्ही रेटिंग देता की एखादा ऑनलाईन प्रोडक्ट घेतलाय आणि ते तुम्हाला आले, आता खूपच छान आले, असं नाही की ते खूप वर्स्ट आहे वगैरे. तर जर छान आलं तर तुम्ही काय करता, 5 स्टार देचाल, 3 स्टार देचाल जर फीडबॅक दिलात तर. आणि जर तुम्ही सॅटिस्फाईड नसाल तर तुम्ही डायरेक्टली कॉल करून तेच म्हणजे त्या माणसाशी बोलू शकता आणि तुम्ही रिटर्न करता ते तुमचं जे काय पॅकेट्स वगैरे जे काय आहे ऑनलाईन आलेलं ते तुम्ही रिटर्न करता. तर सिमिलरली काय करता की इथं युजर सॅटिस्फाईड झालाय का नाही हे टेस्ट करायचं काम कुठं आहे, रेटिंग वरती खूप डिपेंड आहे. आणि रेटिंग कसं डिफाईन होतं, वेदर इट इज गिवन फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राईट और राईट टू लेफ्ट, हे त्यांच्यावर डिपेंड आहे. आणि तुम्ही 1 स्टार देता, 2 स्टार देता, 3 स्टार देता, 4 स्टार देता, हे तुमच्यावर डिपेंड आहे. सो दॅट इज it will show you what the user has satisfied or not. So that is nothing but user has given you a testing form की हे तुमचं जे प्रोडक्ट आहे ते प्रॉपर नाहीये, हे त्याच्यावरून त्यांना लक्षात येतं. So this is my user satisfaction testing. And also it is validated for proper conditions and again for proper channel. Yes, if there is any doubt, after 15 minutes you will have a small basic online test. And we had concluded our 4th chapter, and you will have a 15 minutes break and you can give a test, and after the test you will have on the same link attendance will be taken. Okay, right now it is 10:46. You will get 15 minutes, that is up to 11. Just join the quiz. You will have an online test over there, and then after completion of the online test I will again start the at 11 maybe 11:30 or up to 11:45 again on the same link, on the same Google Meet link you will have an attendance session. Clear? If there is any doubt you can ask me right now. If there is any doubt you can ask me right now. If not, I will conclude the session. And at 11 you will have a quiz. Is any problem with content, whether you want repetition over there? Just we had concluded the session. If there is any doubt, you can give me a suggestion or I will again repeat the content. If not, I will conclude, and at 11 you have a quiz. Anyone can respond me. Shall I conclude the session right now? Is there any doubt? Okay, ठीक है चलेगा. At 11 you will have a quiz, and at 11:45 on the same link you are going to give me the attendance. And just in the chat box, those who had given me the attendance, you only the same people will have the same attendance report over there. I will again pin who had not visited the first session and they are now present at 11:45. So directly I can analyze. So right now, please give your attendance soon, so that I will then close. After closing the recording session, it will not be get recorded.